around 7 strangers, does that not make you a serial killer?
So I didn't kill them every day, did I? Did I go out there every day and say, I'm going to kill? If I did, there would be
Well, no,
hundreds.
it took you 12 months.
Then he brings up Rex again, and that's when I just looked at him and I started sobbing.
If I had shot my own children, would I not have done a good job of it?
Because, first of all, women generally don't commit crimes this heinous.
Right.
This is usually the domain of men.
That's unfortunate.
Hi, Gabe.
Hey, Danny.
How are you doing?
I'm doing insert word here. It's been a very kind of crappy start to the new year for various reasons. Not many of which have to do with me personally, thankfully, I guess, on that front.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, same. I guess I'll interject here and say we're going to release this episode first, but we have other episodes we've recorded previously that we'll release after this. So we're releasing out of order, but it's because we wanted to acknowledge the new year and the times we're in and take with that one, the shitty times that we're in, I guess.
Yep.
It's a real downer of a start. Let's see. Do you have anything happy happening?
I'm in a bit of a limbo situation with many things. As Danny is aware, I'm applying / in the final interview stages of taking a position in New York City. I don't think I'll get it just because it is a very, very competitive position at a very, very competitive company. But if I do, I will be moving to New York City.
And that means I'll need to get a new laptop.
Yes. Which honestly, at this point, that is a bigger incentive than anything. Because Danny is using a Dell from like 2010 or something, and it is dying. I'm surprised it even turns on at this point.
Every time I turn it on, I get warning pop-ups. It's like, warning, your computer's out of date. Warning, it can't update anymore. Warning, you might get a virus. I'm just like, ignore.
If you don't plug it into the internet, it's fine.
But I use this for everything. I use it for research.
Do you have anything on that laptop you wouldn't want others to have access to?
My email is logged in.
If your OS is no longer being supported.
But I need it to access our note database for the podcast.
Yeah, I recommend moving off of that thing.
Well, it's all fine right now. So, anyways, if Gabe does get the job and moves, I guess we'll have to revisit the laptop.
Yeah, we'll be doing remote shoots, but luckily the job is, I think, fairly flexible. It's hybrid, 3 days a week. So once in a while I could come back for a long weekend. We could still record in person. Because,
and we've done remote recording before too. If anything, editing was easier. So. Oh
yeah, it actually is easier because we do it over Zoom, which is probably a terrible thing to say. I'm sure some of you who handle audio are like, what? But we just use the Zoom audio file, and it's actually pretty easy to work with that.
Yeah.
But how are things with you?
Besides the chaos that is life, I guess, they're fine. Turtle Tegan, she has officially returned to her pond, and she's very happy because she was in a little tank instead because of her injuries. Yeah. She had been attacked by the neighbor's dogs last year at the beginning of the year, and
wow, that long ago.
Long recovery. Yeah.
Okay.
Cold-blooded creatures, slow to heal.
Huh.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I never thought about it, but yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So we needed better control of the water that she was in because we didn't want her to get any infections. But she's back in her pond. She's very happy, super happy, and very cute. I'll post a picture. She's just chilling on the few sunny days we get. She's out there splooting away. Oh yeah, I thought I wasn't allergic to the cat anymore, but then I woke up last night and he was sleeping next to me, and I woke up and I feel like shit. So I think I might still be allergic to him. Although I guess that was a previous episode.
Yes.
So we got a cat. Turns out I'm allergic, possibly. I don't know. I went to an allergist. They did a skin test. It didn't work properly. He wants me to go and get a blood test instead. I haven't done that yet. Probably won't do it for quite a while because that's who I am. I have a nail in my tire. It's been there for probably a couple months now.
Wait, really?
Yeah. I just refill my tire twice a week.
What? Why?
Because it takes 2 seconds to put air in your tire, but to have to take it somewhere and then to patch it, it'll take 30 minutes. I don't know, Gabe. I don't know. That's just who I am.
Do you at least have an air pump in your car?
No.
Why? They're like $25.
Really?
Oh yeah, you get a little cheap one. You plug it into your car cigarette lighter.
That's so
And
funny.
I have one in my car.
You're on top of it. I don't know. I'll be driving and my little like alert system will be on. It's like low tire pressure. I'll be like, fuck. Find the nearest gas station, put air in it and keep going.
Surely the amount of like, at this point, you've lost more time.
100%.
Yeah.
100. Yeah. I'm aware. Yeah.
Just go today. There's probably a mechanic like around the corner.
Yeah. No, there's one that's like a block from my house. Yeah. They've done it to me for me before and they don't charge anything.
Just go there today if they're open.
I should, but I'm not going to. We've been recording for 6 years. You know me. You know that I don't. It just don't make sense. I don't know. One day I'll randomly just be like, okay, I'm going to do it. And I'll just do it.
Yeah. Okay.
But it won't be today.
By the way, that might be another one of many signs of ADHD you have.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely believe you on that one now.
Yeah.
Yep. What else is going on in my life? I think that's it. Nothing too exciting.
Yeah. We're just chugging along.
Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah.
But hopefully you've all been well and are staying safe. As safe as you can, anyway.
Yeah. But don't become complacent. Do what you can as well.
That is a difficult thing. Should we be, I don't know, putting donation links or something on?
It's dependent on where you're located. I don't think there's really a nationwide thing right now, currently, that I know about at least. And I'm heavily involved locally on doing what I can to help people who are at risk in this situation that we're in. How can I say this where I don't get myself in trouble?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Do whatever you can. And if you just, look on Instagram or social media, you can find stuff local to yourself. There's also stuff you can do nationwide, like shopping locally, boycotting larger companies.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Seeing where your money's going. But do I have something fun for us today?
I was about to say, let's move on to a cheerier subject, like a woman who killed and or at least broke the law.
Yes. So, I'll tell you about it later, but I have a very exciting topic for the next episode we record.
Okay.
And I'm super excited for it. And I got a book. And so just be prepared.
All right.
It's not going to be the next episode we release.
No.
But there's a good one coming up. Okay. So this was actually going to be a Patreon short episode because I've been following this since it happened in 2023. And
pretty recent.
Yeah. And just casually following it, I was like, oh, there's not much about it, but it's worth talking about. And then, well, here we are, and I have 6 pages of notes. So I was like, this is a full episode, and this is a good one. And here we are. So let's get started. And everybody's probably going to know about it. I don't know. Have you heard of it? It's in Australia. It's called the Mushroom Murders.
No, but I'm imagining someone either fed someone poisoned mushrooms or threw so many mushrooms at someone that they died.
One of those is correct. And so the way that I'm going to structure this episode, we're going to start with the murder.
Okay.
Since it's actually a very, very well-known case, despite Gabe knowing nothing about it.
I used to be so plugged into this stuff, ironically, before we ever started the podcast.
Yeah.
And then maybe because I went to school in part for it, but I just sort of lost interest over time.
Yeah.
So it's worked out very well because you still research stuff. And I'm just like, what is this?
Perfect.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start with the actual situation and then move into her history and leading up to it.
Okay.
So her name is Erin Patterson, and it starts on July 16th, 2023 in Australia. And Erin attends a service at church and invites, so there's Dawn, Gail, Simon, Ian, and Heather. Erin is previously married to Simon.
Oh boy, I'm going to need a map for this already.
You really don't.
Okay.
I'll tell you, too long didn't read version. Erin, Simon, married, but separated.
All right.
Dawn and Gail are her in-laws. Ian and Heather are also her in-laws, but Dawn and Gail are her parent in-laws. And Ian and Heather are Simon's aunt and uncle. So they would be her
Oh,
aunt and uncle-in-law.
yeah. I know I never really put much thought into like the aunt and uncles in law, but I guess, yeah.
I mean, I literally have some, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would call you.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't really consider you
Yeah.
like immediate in-laws.
I was thinking about this the other day because someone made a comment about how the person their sibling married is their family.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like no different than
Like Travis's wife.
Yeah, exactly. Like that is your family.
Yeah.
But I was sitting there thinking, like, isn't that just weird? Like your sibling can marry someone, anyone, and that's like your family now? How is that different than just like picking a random person?
Okay, but here's like kind of the weird part. So Travis married this woman.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty close to her, and I'd say like I know her family decently.
Yeah.
Then my sister married somebody, and I know him very well, super close to him. His family, not super close to. So like I feel like there's different variations as well.
Yes, to your point, you can have blood-related family, and you're going to be closer to some than others. Yes.
Well, you can have non-blood related family, like married into your family.
Yeah, I'm setting up sort of to your overall point.
Oh, okay.
That yes, they are all family by marriage, but you're going to be closer to some than others. No different than how even if you're blood related, you'll be closer to some more than others.
Yeah, fair.
And I don't really care much about blood relation either.
Uh-huh.
Like, what does closer genealogy really matter? It just struck me as odd because there's the phrase like chosen family,
Mm-hmm.
the people you choose, but then it's like this is the people your blood family chooses. It just seems so removed. Like,
It is weird. But Erin is very close to her in-laws. They text, they go to church together, even though her and Simon are separated. They've remained friendly. They do have kids together. We'll go into that afterwards. And because I think that's a large part of why they remained amicable, I guess this word.
yeah, man, it's going to be a big old bummer when she kills one or some of them.
So on July 16th, 2023, Erin's at church with them, and she goes up and she's like, hey guys, come to lunch at my house on July 29th. I have something really important I want to be able to tell you in person over lunch. And they're like, sure, okay. So on July 28th, the lunch is supposed to be the next day. Simon, her estranged husband, I don't know.
I think estranged is like someone who like left you.
Okay.
I think
Her separated husband texts.
her ex-husband. Her husband. I don't know.
He texts her and he's like, hey, I'm super sorry. I won't be able to attend. I just feel like this will be uncomfortable. And Erin responds and she's like, that's really disappointing. I've spent many hours this week preparing lunch for tomorrow, which has been exhausting in light of the issues I'm facing, and spent a small fortune on beef eye fillet to make beef Wellingtons because I wanted it to be a special meal, as I may not be able to host a lunch like this again for some time. It is important to me that you're there tomorrow and that I have the conversations that I need to have. I hope you'll change your mind. Your parents and Heather and Ian are coming at 12:30. I hope to see you there. Simon ghosts her. He doesn't respond.
Oh, damn. Even I would have responded to that.
Yeah. And he has already told his parents that he's not attending. So everyone besides Simon ends up showing up. They arrive and Erin has made these like little individual beef Wellingtons for everybody. Super cute, super nice. It's like a beef dish covered in mushrooms and shit. And it's served on mismatched plates. And during the lunch, she tells everybody that she has cancer and she needs help figuring out how to tell her kids. And they all pray for her and whatnot, as religious people do. Not to be mean to religion, but that is what you do.
I will chime in. There is research showing that if people know they're being prayed for, they do have better medical outcomes.
That's beautiful.
But if they don't know, there's no difference.
Over the next 12 hours, this feels like a chaotic episode. So during the next 12 hours after people have left and stuff, everyone who attended begins to feel extremely ill with food poisoning-like symptoms. Except, guess who?
Simon.
Well, no, Simon didn't attend.
Yeah, that's why he has no. That's why he has
Everybody who attended.
Oh.
Except who?
Well, Erin, of
Yes,
course.
there you go. And by hour 24, they were all admitted to the hospital, except
Erin and Simon.
Yes.
And her kids. And basically anyone else who didn't go to lunch.
So now Erin has spoken to Simon on the phone. And she's like, I do have diarrhea, but I don't think I need to go to the hospital. Like, I'm scared if I leave the house, I'm going to poop my pants. And Simon's like, okay. And then on day 2, she walks into the hospital and she's like, you guys, I'm experiencing some stuff. And they're like, oh my gosh, you're the chef of the meal where all these people who are in the hospital are sick from. They're like, you need to get in here right away. We need to like ask you some questions. And at this point, the hospital's aware that they have narrowed it down to what has made these people sick is consuming death cap mushrooms. So they're really worried and they're like, you're the chef. Where did you get these mushrooms from? Because they're worried about like a mass, possibly a bunch of people getting sick or like seeing if she had went and like picked their own mushrooms as people do.
Yes, because if she got them from the grocery store, that's like a much, much bigger issue, of course.
Yeah. So at first she's like, I got them from the grocery store. And then she's like, oh, no, wait, just kidding. It was at a Asian store in Melbourne. And she tells them it's like some Asians over in this location. And they're like, okay. Then like literally she was there for like less than 5 minutes. The doctor's like, as soon as she's admitted, he's like, what symptoms do you have? And where did you get these mushrooms? And he's like, okay, let me make a phone call really quick to let people know where you bought these mushrooms. And she fucking leaves. She just bails.
She's got to suspect, like, how long will it take for them to verify the grocery store is fine? If it even exists, the one she talked about. So she knows she's got to bail now.
So this raises like so many red flags that the doctor calls the police. And if you listen to the phone call, it sounds like the doctor's like just worried because he thinks she might die without healthcare intervention, but not, he doesn't like think she's a murderer. He's like,
of course,
we have these 4 people here who are dying and she's like left and I'm really worried about her welfare. Like, can you please go check on her? And if you read a interview with him later when he, after everything happened, he was like, no, like I saw some red flags. That's why I called the police. But like, I didn't want to raise anything yet because I didn't know.
Yeah.
So anyways, at this point, 2 of the people are in intensive care and 2 are in critical care. And Erin ends up returning to the hospital that same day. And she's like, I'm back. Yeah, I just had to go home and, pack a bag and that kind of thing.
Why did she come back? She must know she's this close to being found out.
And then she's like, and I fed the kids leftovers. And the doctor's like, oh, fuck. We got to go get those kids. And she's like, nah, they're fine. I like scraped off the mushrooms first. It's fine. They're fine. They don't like mushrooms.
Is she an idiot? Like, how is this going to help her case?
I don't fucking know. I don't know. Tell me what you think her motive is after this entire thing, because I don't know. So she leaves. The kids and her come back. They get tested by the hospital and everything. They have 0 mushroom toxins in their body. And so the Wellingtons, beef Wellingtons, are tested.
It sounded like a surname. The Wellingtons.
I know, right? No. The food that she fed the people is tested, and it tests positive for death cap mushrooms. And then Gail, Dawn, and Heather end up all passing away.
Damn.
Ian survives. Okay.
Damn. I wonder why Ian survived. Did he eat less? Was he stronger?
I don't know. They like cut off part of his intestine, and it wasn't like an easy survival. Like he's fucked up. He ends up recovering enough to talk to the police, and they're like, why'd you go to lunch at Erin's? And he's like, well, we all went because she wanted to tell us about the cancer. And the police are like, well, she doesn't have cancer.
Oops.
Bum, bum, bum. And from that, we're going to go, now, who is this woman? Who is this Erin?
Yeah.
Let's talk about her. She was born September 30th, 1974 in Adelaide, Australia. And there's like nothing known about her childhood. She had 2 parents. She had a sister. She went to college. She worked as an air traffic controller for a while. She worked as in an office for a while. Just kind of,
regular old life.
Yeah, pretty much.
No murders that we know of.
Yeah, pretty much. She ended up moving to Melbourne, yeah.
Melbourne,
And There, she met Simon Patterson through mutual people at work. This was in 2007. They ended up getting married. Shortly before they got married, Erin's grandma died, and Erin inherited $2 million.
Australian dollars.
Yeah.
So not as valuable as freedom dollars, but still a lot of money.
I mean, nowadays, a dollar be tankin'. So this was given to her over a time of about 8 years, and she loans several of Simon's family money to help them buy houses with no interest except inflation.
Whoa.
She got this whirlwind of money, right? But she also seems to have bought like investment properties. She was smart.
Yeah.
So like money was never an issue with her. And she like loaned them money to help them buy houses. And she was also like, yeah, I'm not going to charge you interest. When you can pay it back, I just would like you to pay it back with inflation.
That's a very reasonable and generous offer.
Yeah, yeah. Her and Simon had 2 kids, one in 2009 and one in 2014. And their relationship had quite a few separations. They'd like separate and then they get back together and then they separate and then they actually separate in 2015. And from what I could gather, keep in mind this is from Erin saying it, so I don't know, but it seems like she would just get really frustrated with the lack of help she received with the kids from Simon. She did all the childcare and he didn't help a lot. He played video games a lot.
I'm, of course, not going to take her at her word because she is a mushroom killer or a killer of people using mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
But that is not an uncommon story. I just saw a video the other day of a guy who brought his gaming PC into the delivery room and he's playing games on a desktop. And then the baby's born and they hand him the baby and like he pauses the game. And I'm like, whoa, wow.
He paused the game. Props. Whew.
Yeah.
It's from Erin, but also like it's a common story.
Yes.
So anyways, that seems to be why they continually separated. And then they actually separated in 2015, but they remained on amicable terms. They continued to go to the same church. She remained close to his family. She like didn't tell them like, you need to pay me back now that we're separated. She remained friendly with them. And she would text with his parents. She would text with him. And in November of 2021, he and Erin and the kids went on a camping trip together because they remained co-parents. And that's, if you can manage to do that while separated, props to you because that is great for your kids. And this part, not so much. So he ate a Tupperware of penne bolognese pasta made by Erin. It's like me whenever it's like, how do you affect or effect? I'm like, let's just completely avoid this word altogether. Use impact. Later, he began to suffer from vomiting and diarrhea, and he eventually had to spend the night in the hospital because it was so bad.
So this was her second attempt at him.
First. This is 2021.
I meant the 2023 mushroom thing was her second attempt at him.
Yeah, second. No, just wait.
Oh, okay.
So he said, so this is a quote from him. He said, I had the idea I got sick from Erin's food. I did not give it too much thought. So I feel like he probably was like, oh yeah, maybe that pasta had like been sitting out too long, wasn't cooked right, gave me food poisoning.
How does pasta give you food poisoning? It has to be the sauce, right?
Yeah, it has meat in it. If it wasn't thoroughly cooked and then sat out, maybe.
That's true, yeah.
So months later, in May of 2022, he went on another family camping trip. And he had some chicken korma curry prepared by Erin. And he said that night he had some horrible, horrible food poisoning symptoms, went to the hospital. He was released, went back, ended up getting way worse. Within days, he was in a coma in a Melbourne hospital.
All right. How are the kids not having any of this food?
She probably preps separate.
Like little Tupperwares?
Mm-hmm.
That's just such a high risk, though, of like, what if he doesn't want to eat it all and the kids want a little more? This woman is playing with fire.
Yeah, for sure. And this whole section from the first camping trip to the unknown camping trip It's all from his storytelling.
Okay, so this is all his point of view, or perspective. Or...
Yes. Anything told from one person's point of view is take it. What's that saying? There's this person, and then there's the truth.
Yes. I'm blanking on the saying. But, maybe the elephant allegory works here. The 7 blind men and the elephant.
Yeah.
Maybe that works too here.
Yeah. So, like, he did end up in the hospital multiple times. He did eat the food. Everything in between, I have no idea. So he ends up in a coma in the hospital. A large part of his bowel had to be surgically removed to save his life.
Weight loss trainers hate this one trick.
Yeah, just go into a coma and have part of your intestines removed.
I mean, you have like 30 feet of it. You don't need it all, right?
A quote from Simon's Facebook about this incident. My family were asked to come and say goodbye to me twice, as I was not expected to live.
Whoa.
Yeah. And later in the trial, it comes out that on her laptop, she had like previously been researching rat poison. So they think maybe it had been rat poison. So then that was May. In September of 2022, he was out visiting a stunning coastline of Victoria, and he ate a vegetable wrap prepared by Erin. He soon became incredibly nauseous and had diarrhea. He started slurring his speech and lost control of his muscles in what is described as a fit. By the end of the journey to the hospital, he could only move his neck, tongue, and lips. It essentially like paralyzed him. Okay,
so this is the 3rd time so far, and he at no point is like, this woman's trying to kill me?
Well, a family friend who is a doctor is like, hey, maybe you should start a food diary to try and like figure out what keeps almost fucking killing you. And he's like, yes. And I think in like the back of his head, he was like, yeah, it's all food she's prepared where like this has happened. But at the same time, you can kind of be like, is this person trying to kill me? But then also it's really easy to write it off as like something really weird is happening to me.
No. If I eat a meal with a group of people and I'm the one who goes to the hospital and no one else does, I'm thinking, unless I specifically ask for something unique to my food, someone just tried to kill me.
So he was the only one, I believe, who had the pasta bolognese. I'm not sure about the chicken curry and the vegetable wrap. He was the only one who had a vegetable wrap.
Oh, okay. So you're saying maybe she gave him a unique food item prepared just for him to avoid the exact thing I'm talking about. That's pretty clever on her part. But what if the kids had been like, yo, I want some pasta or some curry?
So he later comes out and he's like, I think she tried to murder me multiple times. And part of why I didn't go to that lunch is that I thought she was going to try to poison me again.
Yeah, that very much explains his reaction now.
And he actually tries to file a lawsuit against her later after this lunch where she murders like most of his family about these incidents. But it's ultimately dropped because there's just not enough evidence. They didn't test for the poisons and stuff. They didn't save the food to test for it. So there's just like no. But he does come out later and he's like, yeah, that's why I said no, but she was so close to my family and they're so nice to her. I never thought she would try to do anything to them.
That's fair.
Because I would have been like, there's something weird about her. Stay away. Like I wouldn't have ever, if somebody's trying to kill me, I would never let my family near them.
To his point, she hasn't tried to hurt the kids, which, I mean, how many stories have we heard where the woman to like get to her ex-husband kills the kids? So I think in his mind, he saw them as equivalent. Like, well, she's not hurting the kids, so why would she hurt my family who are also innocent in our relationship? And I've been nothing but good to her. I guess. I don't know. I don't know. The last incident is that his daughter brought him some cookies, and the way it's framed is it seems like his daughter baked them. Okay. The way that Erin tells him. She says, hey, your daughter baked these cookies for you. And he's quoted saying they tasted like they had antifreeze in them. And I'm like, I don't think you can really taste antifreeze. How does he know what antifreeze tastes like?
I don't know. But in his head, he's like, something's off about these. So he doesn't eat them. And then Erin calls him multiple times and she's like, hey, did you eat the cookies yet? Hey, what'd you think of the cookies? Did you like the cookies? And like, he's like, something's off. So he just like doesn't eat them.
Just as a quick side note, antifreeze can have a naturally sweet taste.
Which fits with cookies, yeah.
So to keep it from being used in this way, manufacturers add like bitter chemicals to sort of keep it from being so easily blended into foods.
Interesting.
So I guess you could have said it they were a little bitter, but to say it tastes like antifreeze specifically, I'm like, so you've tried it before?
Who hasn't, right?
Yeah. A part of me now thinks, should I get like the smallest amount of some of these common household poisons?
No.
And, like, just
no, absolutely not. What do you
just a little drop.
try to murder you?
No one ever thinks that until they get murdered or almost murdered by someone.
So you think if you taste a little bit of antifreeze, you'll be able to taste what it is, and like if somebody like makes you a baked good? How about you just don't eat food prepared by other people?
That's not possible. Also, what if someone like just puts a little bit of antifreeze in your food? Like someone roofies you with antifreeze. You don't know.
It would have to be somebody you like live with.
Or it goes rogue. Like we were at a party and someone means to like kill someone else, but then like you pick up the wrong cup.
I feel like to truly taste it, like you'd have to suspect it of being like, it's too easy to ignore things if you're not expecting it. You know what I mean?
What if the taste is so unique that you try it one time, the tiniest amount, and don't die, that if you taste it anywhere else, your body's defense mechanisms, the danger part is like, oh, you just tasted something really bad.
I respect it, but I feel like this is on par with my idea because I don't know if I'm allergic to bees or not. So I'm like, maybe I'll just go in front of the emergency room and get stung by a bee.
That seems like a very reasonable and sound idea. Just catch a bee.
So here's the thing. My grandma's so allergic. If she gets stung, she'll just die.
Yeah, but
so it's not a good idea. No, go to a fucking allergist and get tested.
I have the idea.
Okay.
Have an EpiPen in front of the ER.
To get an EpiPen, you need to be like allergic to something to the point of dying.
I'm sure you could find one online.
What if somebody filled it with antifreeze?
Why would someone sell antifreeze EpiPens online?
It's a heck of a lot cheaper than selling real epinephrine.
Just find a reputable EpiPen seller and just be like, hey, just give me $500. Stand in front of the ER.
I could just steal my grandma's EpiPen, but it like expired in 1994. And
yeah, I would not risk that.
Girl.
Yeah, no, I would not risk that.
This is some Danny bullshit you're pulling.
Yeah, well, where'd you get it from? There's got to be a genetic through line there.
Oh my gosh.
See, because I would want to know if I was that allergic to bees. I don't want to be afraid every time I see a bee.
I know. I should have asked the fucking allergist when I went and got tested for the cat, but I asked him about penicillin.
Now I'm imagining you asking him, can we do a test for a bee? And he's like, oh, yeah. So what we do is we get an actual bee and we give you an EpiPen. And it's the same test.
Oh my gosh. So I was meeting with him and, well, first of all, I did ask him about penicillin because I had something else. Like, I'm just telling the whole world, like, here's ways to kill me.
Yeah, maybe we'd leave this part out.
No, it's fine. Because I don't know if I'm allergic or not. So
I see.
Maybe I'm not. So I was like, can we test if I'm allergic to penicillin? And he's like, oh, that's actually like a whole thing. You have to come in for 5 hours. Okay. And they like do a small dose and then a larger dose and a larger dose until they see if you react.
Makes sense.
So I was like, oh shit, I'm not even going to ask about bees. I'm not that invested.
You should honestly be for them both because both are so damn common.
But like 5 hours? That's insane. I thought it was like a quick little like blood test.
I'm wondering why it can't be a blood test. I guess I don't know how an allergy to either would work. I
have no idea. I did not ask about bees, but that is what he told me for penicillin. But also, he's a brand new allergy doctor, so I don't know.
Yeah, and I went to look up what exactly an allergy to penicillin does.
Besides that, great experience with him. Great doctor.
Yeah, cool.
Casey listens.
Yeah, sues you.
But there was this one point when we were talking, and he's like, so what are your symptoms? And I like told him everything. He's like, regardless of what this test says, but it sounds like you're allergic to cats. And I was like, yeah. And I made like a joking offhand comment about how we should just get rid of the cat. And he got so serious. And he looks at me, he's like, I do not recommend getting rid of the cats. We will find a solution, but rehoming your cat is not the recommendation. And I was just like, oh shit. And then I told my friend later and she like Googled him and there's just like a shit ton of pictures of him with cats. I was like, oh shit.
Oh no.
He probably thought I was serious.
I would have been serious. As a doctor would have been like, based on how allergic you are and how much contact you're having, Yeah, like you may have to rehome the cat, but you
Just
know,
like, do not rehome the cat.
but he's a kitty, so he's going to have plenty of people who want him, and the story will end fine regardless.
Yeah, it was super awkward. I was just like, oh, didn't pick up on my joke there. Anyways,
when
moving
that
back
happens.
to the,
Yeah.
the laced cookies that he does not eat. So, no, sorry, moving past that. In late 2022 is when things start to turn between Erin and Simon. Truly, like, get different, their relationship. So in late 2022, they had a small dispute over child support because his accountant had listed him as separated from Erin, and it like just like fucked some things up. And he was advised by child support authorities to stop giving her money. So she ends up filing for child support, and it's like approved, but he only has to pay $40 a month because her income is so much higher than his. Money is not really an issue for her. I think, in my opinion, it was more of the like principle. These are also your kids. I'm taking care of them full time. I'm taking them to their medical procedure. I'm doing all this stuff. I've loaned your family money. I'm not asking for it back. And you're paying me $40 a month and not even offering to help with anything else.
I can understand the resentment. That's for sure.
And Simon says he noticed a shift in the relationship after this because they no longer had banter in their text exchanges, and she didn't discuss other things like politics with him anymore. It was kind of more of a cut and dry relationship, which I'd probably expect in a separated couple.
I don't know. Sometimes you just don't work as romantic partners, but you can still be co-parents.
Yeah, that's true.
And also, like, the shift clearly happened when the money stuff became an issue, not before.
Well, her trying to possibly poison him multiple times happened before this.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Then I don't really understand her motivation then. Like, what was...
Yeah, nobody does.
That's still her kid's father. We don't know if he was a deadbeat, okay? But however much of a deadbeat he may have been or could have been, her kids wouldn't want their dad to be dead. So I don't know. I thought when you said how much money she had, this was going to be about the money. But now I don't know, because these poison attempts happened before the support stuff.
I saw some speculation on Reddit threads that maybe in her head she didn't want to murder him, but she wanted to be there to be able to take care of him afterwards and like him get back with her. Maybe that was the motive at first.
You think?
No, because like she almost died. So
I
feel like if that was the case, you wouldn't use rat poison. Maybe use something a little bit like, I don't know, give him some freaking, what's that stuff that makes you poop? You eat a bunch of it.
That's a lot of things.
It's like specifically made. It's usually in chocolate. Laxative.
Oh, I was thinking poisons.
No.
Yeah.
Like give him a shit ton of laxative.
But who needs to be taken care of for having diarrhea?
I don't know. There's got to be other things that won't kill you but make you sick.
I feel pretty confident her motivation was not to get him sick to a point where he needs her to care for him.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to give those vibes. Like he literally had part of his intestines removed and was expected to die. And giving somebody, if it was antifreeze in those cookies, like antifreeze isn't a you get sick and better kind of thing. It's like a I'm trying to murder you kind of thing.
And death cap mushroom, and maybe her motivations changed over time. Let's say that was her motivation in the beginning, and then towards the end, that wasn't anymore.
Yeah.
Death cap mushrooms are incredibly poisonous. And one of the big problems with them is their poison is very stable and doesn't degrade much through freezing, boiling, cooking.
Dehydrating.
Yeah, all the above. So, and I think you need like a single mushroom to like kill an adult person.
There's a specific amount. It was more than a single one. And there's a picture later found on her tablet of a bunch of death cap mushrooms on a little food weigh thing. So she's clearly did her research. But yeah.
You think it takes more than one?
I think so. We can Google it. Okay, well, according to the single Google of how many death cap mushrooms are fatal, half of a cap.
One should be able to kill you
Mm-hmm.
outright, yes, but I think it takes several days to actually fully take effect, as we saw with Simon's family.
Yeah. So, okay, moving back to the shift, Simon noticed the shift in the relationship, but they continue to see each other regularly at church and for kid things. In early to mid-February of 2023, Erin starts using 2 phones. One is her normal phone and one is a burner phone. In July, when the murders happened, she'd been using this website for 14 months. So we're in February. I'm not going to do the math, sorry. So Erin starts using a website called iNaturalist. It's like a website that's a forum for mushroom foragers. And you can post where you find mushrooms, what kind, and like also where to avoid because toxic mushrooms are found. And on April 28th, she purchases a food dehydrator from a store in Leongatha, Australia. And in March, she joins this like true crime Facebook group. She becomes friends with some of the people in the group, and they kind of go into this little side chat and become like friends and chat life and stuff. And she starts posting in this little group about how like her kids don't eat mushrooms, so she's been dehydrating them and like grinding them up and hiding them in food and stuff with great success. And on May 21st, a user posts on the iNaturalist website about some death caps found in Outrim, Australia. And on May 22nd, Erin's mobile phone data suggests that she travels there. Weird.
Wonder why.
I don't know. On July 11th, Erin gets a new SIM card. On July 16th, Erin invites the family to lunch for July 29th. On July 28th, the Simon canceled. July 29th, Erin serves the beef Wellington. July 30th, Dawn, Gail, Heather, and Ian are admitted to the hospital. Erin supposedly serves her kids those leftovers where they don't get sick. July 31st, Erin checks herself into the hospital and then quickly checks herself out after they ask like 2 questions. And then after checking out, she drives from Leongatha to Coonawarra and Outrim. I don't know. It's like a couple hours, which would be hard to do if you have massive diarrhea and food poisoning.
That's what diapers are for.
She says she stops along the road a lot and poops and has like doggy bags and stuff to take care of herself. However, her kids are in the car with her and they're like, no, she didn't stop at all.
Oof. Those damn kids.
August 1st, Erin checks herself back into the hospital. August 2nd, Erin checks herself out again, travels to a landfill and dumps something in a bin. From CCTV, they can't tell what it is, but they catch her there. It's a landfill that is very close to her house. So, of course, you're going to look. August 4th, Heather and Gail die, and police travel to that landfill after seeing her there, and they search the bin she dumped something in, and they find a food dehydrator.
What a coincidence.
What a coincidence. And guess what is on that food dehydrator?
Mushrooms.
Remnants of death cap mushrooms.
And portobellos, ironically.
They don't mention anything else. It just says death caps, so I'm not sure.
Now I'm imagining she just bought this just for the death caps. Didn't use it at all for anything else.
That's possible because she bought it in April when she had foraged the death cap mushrooms. August 5th, Dawn dies. That is the 3rd person. And a search warrant is executed on Erin's house. They
confiscate.
There you go. A bunch of stuff like phone, computer, and she is taken to be interviewed. On August 6th, she remotely resets her phone. Hard reset.
I'm surprised she knows how to do that. What does she do again?
I was going to say at this point, I don't think she had a job. Let's see. Yeah, she didn't.
Well, then I guess she has plenty of time to learn cool things like how to remotely wipe your phone.
August 11th, the Department of Health says the store Erin says she bought the mushrooms from does not exist. You called it earlier.
Yep. Which is why she left, but I'm shocked she came back.
So many things. Why would you say you bought the mushrooms? Just be like...
I know. What I was going to say earlier was all the things she could have done better, but like we'll save it for the end.
There's so many. I know. So September 11th, Ian is moved into a rehab ward. November 2nd, Erin is arrested and charged with murder. Now, moving on to the trial.
So November 2nd, she's arrested.
Uh-huh.
So months after the dinner or lunch, I guess.
Uh-huh.
But they didn't have enough to arrest her before then? I mean, 3 people died. She was the chef.
I imagine Australia like really wants to make sure they have their stuff lined up for going to trial.
This is why the U.S. is number 1 in incarcerations. Step it up, world.
Unless, never mind. I was going to say, unless you work for the government.
Yeah.
And then you can do anything.
And then again, our prisons are for profit, and they have quotas
Yeah.
on capacity.
As they should.
Yeah. Look it up, guys. This is true. We have
It is
for-profit
true.
prisons in the U.S.
Yeah.
with quotas on prisoner percentages, like how full they are.
It's so crazy. Don't think Australia operates that way, but I did not look into that.
And that's why they don't have freedom.
So, God damn it, I lost my spot. Oh, during the trial, Erin takes the stand and testifies.
Erin on her behalf.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yes. I was shocked. I was like, I thought you weren't supposed to do that.
Yeah, same.
Which, by the way, she shouldn't have done that.
I'm imagining her lawyer being like, don't do this. And her being like, no, bro, I got this.
I'm so smart.
Yeah.
So there's several questions that she's asked that are like noteworthy. The first is like, why'd you make individual beef Wellingtons? Usually, traditionally, it's like one and you cut it up. And
I guess I don't know enough about beef Wellington.
Yeah, it's a lot more work to do individual ones and it's not traditional. Personally, I like to do individual things for parties like that.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have thought twice about that.
Yeah. But she says, are all logical answers, but her answer is, that's the size of the cut of meat that was at the store. And I was like, okay, whatever. Sure. That's a weird answer, though. Why not just say you want an individual one? You could have gone to a different store, whatever. And then at the lunch, Ian testifies that all of the plates were like mismatched. She had a specific color of plate that nobody else had.
Ian's the survivor, the
Yeah.
one survivor of the. Okay, cool.
And she says the plates were different because I don't own matching colored plates. And they looked and they're like, okay, like you do have mismatched ones, but like.
Yeah, I didn't get that a second because you commented on it specifically when you were telling that part of the story. I assumed that was more of like a financial thing, which then didn't actually line up because afterwards.
It could just be an aesthetic thing. Like some people like mismatched things. So something new comes out during the trial. She says she did not get sick because she had body image issues her entire life. And after eating part of her Wellington, she didn't eat very much. Then she ended up eating, somebody had brought a cake. And she ate a bunch of cake and felt really bad about herself and felt sick. She went to the bathroom and threw up everything.
That's not a bad defense.
So she maintains that she was mildly sick on the day that she checked into the hospital and left after the 5 minutes. Now, the whole cancer thing.
That's a tough one to lie your way out of.
Now, this is where she like starts to like mess up. She says she didn't have cancer and wanted gastric bypass surgery, but was too embarrassed to tell her in-laws that, but she knew she would need help with the kids after the surgery. So her plan was be like, I have cancer and I need help with the kids, but in reality, she's getting gastric bypass surgery.
Okay, one, is she heavyset?
Yeah.
Okay, why not just say, I'm having some intestinal surgery done. Why go to cancer, the thing that requires pretty serious care?
Well, I feel like her answer is fine, but listen to this part.
Okay.
They're like, okay, if you're telling them about like you're getting surgery and stuff, do you have a surgery place in mind? Like, have you looked into it? Are you getting it booked? If you have this whole lunch, there you have to be pretty far along in the process. And she's like, yeah, the surgery is booked. Okay, where? And she tells them on trial. But the place she says it's scheduled at doesn't even do gastric bypass surgery.
Why?
Mm-hmm. And they're also like, we found this dehydrator that matches the exact dehydrator that you bought in, I think it was April, and you tossed it in August, right after the murders, and it has death caps on it. Can you describe that? And she's like, well, I panicked because while I was at the hospital, Simon accused me of murdering his parents in the hospital. So I just like panicked and threw it away. And Simon's like, well, first of all, I never said any of that. I didn't accuse her of anything. And like, it doesn't explain why there's freaking death caps on the dehydrator. So her sentence, I think in Australian sentencings, it's pretty high. Keep that in mind. We're American. So
Yeah.
she's sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole for at least 33 years. And she appeals this on Monday, November 3rd, 2025, saying that there's like legal errors in the case. So I think she's going for getting her case thrown out. But as of today, that hasn't gone anywhere. I have a feeling they're just going to deny.
I sincerely hope they do, because she killed 3 people, almost a 4th, and tried to go for a 5th. And put her kids in danger, putting them near contaminated food, poisoned food, every step of the way.
Yeah. So now let's do the fun part of like, what'd she do wrong? Everything.
Oh, yeah. That's
everything. She did so much wrong.
No. She did some things right. I think the idea of using death caps that she forged, that like in itself is like, okay, that's not a bad idea. Clearly it worked. I mean, 3 out of the 4 people she poisoned were killed.
Yeah.
So if her ex had attended, there's a pretty good chance he would have died as well.
Yeah, I also think props to him, not props to him, it's actually like super rude to cancel so late.
Yeah.
But props to him because it saved his life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think where she really screwed up is, one, multiple attempts on the same person. I don't know how Simon could eat her food 3 times and get deathly ill each time and not be like, this woman's trying to kill me.
You know, it'd be really funny though.
Yeah.
If it wasn't actually her trying to murder him and he's just like actually super allergic to something.
Like gluten or something. But no, it required like intestinal surgery. That's like you're getting
poison. It was poison. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. After the first time, sure. After the second time, she's trying to kill you, like just outright. And where she messed up is if you don't kill the person the first time, you gotta back off.
Go. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't risk doing it again.
Yeah.
The fact that she got basically 3 attempts on him before he caught on, that's a miracle in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
This story should have been guy goes to the cops and gets himself tested for whatever he just ate after the second poisoning attempt. She goes to jail and no one dies. That really should have been the story.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the dehydrating thing with the death caps, I mean, don't throw the freaking dehydrator away. There's a paper trail of you buying it. You have to assume anywhere you go these days, if it's not literally the woods, has a camera pointed at you. She tried to chuck it. Dumb.
Also, like, there's probably so many landfills. Like, why go to the one closest to your house?
But they're going to catch her on camera at
That's
like
true.
a
You
gas
can probably
station.
do like Face ID or some shit.
Yeah, like anywhere you go, they're going to catch you.
Yeah.
She should have just cleaned the absolute shit out of it.
Yes. The fact she didn't even clean it before she threw it away, too.
Yes. You clean it from top to bottom. I'm assuming it's like stainless steel.
Sunbeam's usually plastic.
Really?
Soak it in bleach, though.
Yeah. Bleach the hell out of it. It doesn't even need to be in a state where you could ever cook food in it again safely. It just has to be cleaned to death.
Yes.
So if they go, why did you bleach it from top to bottom? Just be like, oh, well, we all got food poisoning. So I thought, oh, maybe it's like something, and then you have an out because they have to prove all this stuff.
I don't know what was going through her mind when she made up the grocery store.
Panic.
Just be like, yeah, I went foraging.
Yes.
I picked mushrooms. I don't know what happened.
And we've covered this before when we talked about how you could definitely get away with murder. Ignorance is always better than just lying.
Yes.
Say, I'm a part of this group where we go forage, we look at mushrooms and we forage herbs. I must have gotten the mushrooms confused with something else. I made a mistake. There's no way I would have done this intentionally. This family is great. I've loaned them money. That's your story. Why would I hurt people I've given money to loan free to help them who I'm on good terms with?
Yeah, absolutely.
And maybe you go to jail for like negligence, but you're rich. A good lawyer is going to get that down to like almost nothing. And then that way, even if your ex-husband had been there and he died too, people would just think you made like a fucked up mistake.
She should have eaten some of them too.
Yes.
Like not
bit.
a lot.
Yes,
yeah.
A tiny bit. Get a little sick.
And she could have been like, I have eating disorder. So like, I didn't eat that much food because I don't like to eat in front of people. And then I went later, I threw up.
The throwing up part, I think, was actually a stroke of brilliance. That's a really good defense against poison. But then it would have made sense. Like, you got to eat a little bit, get a little sick, but then you can say I threw up after. And that's why there's not as much of it in my system. Mm-hmm. Then again, it just becomes a thing of ignorance, a tragic story of just someone who tried to do a nice lunch and fucked up.
Motive. Thoughts.
The motive is the weirdest part to me.
Why go after his family?
I don't know. Maybe she didn't actually want to loan his family the money. She just felt like she couldn't say no.
But then like tell them they need to pay it back, get a lawyer.
But if she's someone who doesn't feel like she can say no to them on the loan, she's not going to be someone who can try to collect on that.
I guess.
But killing them wouldn't exactly get her the money anyway. Who knows?
My thoughts is maybe if I kill Simon's family, that'd be like the ultimate way of getting back at him. But like he was also invited.
Yeah, he'd be dead too then. And then
yeah. Maybe her original plan was just kill Simon and then he canceled.
she pivoted as a way of hurting him. But like, what did he do? Let's say he was totally not a good 50-50 partner.
Yeah.
Okay, that sucks. You've already separated. You got to pay him alimony or whatever, and that's never fun.
And he's not helping out.
Yeah, but like, you're still rich. You still have your kids. I don't know, like, find someone else. I can't fully wrap my head around the motive part.
Yeah. I didn't see a single one where I was like, that is it. That's the motive. Because there's just so many but likes where you're like, but it doesn't fully answer the question.
I'm wondering if maybe she just got addicted to the thrill of trying to poison someone.
I'm going to have a whole dinner party.
Yeah. What else could it be? Like maybe it started as like a way of getting back at him. Then it became more of like it's like fun to like plan and scheme and see the impact of it. Because I don't know what else it would be.
No idea. Anyways, that's a fun one just because, well, not fun. 3 people died. But it's a interesting one to kind of like put yourself in and try to figure out.
I got to say, when we started this, I felt kind of down. And now after hearing it, I'm like, this is a monster. But like, it's interesting.
Yeah. It's interesting. And like, there's ways she could have done it better.
Yeah.
And there's like, why?
Yeah.
Just why? Anyways.
But until I'm given a better argument, I think the default is you have to have your backup plan when you're someone like Erin has to be, my last line of defense is I made a dumb mistake. Because then it's never like, oh, you intended to kill someone.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's just like an accidental thing.
Yeah.
And at least you have like a much lighter sentence and potentially still actually end up killing the person you wanted to.
That's true. So, yeah, I don't know. That's the story of Erin Patterson. I remember when it was literally first being reported on, and it was like one person has just died from like eating death cap mushroom, and then it was 3 people have died from the same dinner party. And I was looking through and on like Reddit and stuff, and all the comments were like, oh, it's the ex-wife. It's the ex-wife. Everybody was already saying it was her. And I was just like, oh man, Reddit's not like, these people are just like ganging up on this woman. They were right.
There's a couple things at play there. One, I think online discourse tends to be, especially Reddit, is like overwhelmingly men and many.
Is it really?
I believe so. Depends on the subreddit, actually.
That's true. I don't know. Yeah, it could be.
But certainly I think people who go online, they're often there because they have not the best things going for them, I think, in the real life. I've noticed that because I never comment. I'll see these Instagram reels of a woman just lifting like a decent amount of weight. And guys will be like, a man with no training could lift that. And I'm like, you just go out of your way to like shit talk someone. Why?
Oh my gosh. Guys, we got to be nice. Lift each other up. It's hard enough in this world. Jesus.
Yeah. As someone who like never comments, makes posts, part of it's because like I think my life's going pretty well. Like I don't.
Yeah. The only time I ever commented on anything was on Reddit. And I got into this huge argument with somebody because they were trying to say that gazpacho soup is cooked. And I was like, have you ever fucking had gazpacho? It's a cold soup. You don't cook it. It's not served warm. And they're like, no, you cook it first and then it's served cold. And I was like, find me a fucking recipe where you cook it first.
I don't even know what gazpacho soup is.
It's a cold soup. And it's traditionally, I've only ever had it served raw. Watch, we're going to get comments like any of us. The only online argument I've ever gotten. I was wrong. I haven't even Googled it, but
someone's going to go find your argument. They're going to comb through Reddit, like find the person who's arguing about gazpacho soup.
It's okay. You can like search my entire profile. It's the only comments I've ever made.
Yeah.
I've never done a post. Yeah. I just got an argument with someone about soup.
I think you're right in that sense. I do enjoy online debates, but I don't really engage in them myself. Actually, one time, but luckily I got a good response. Someone was commenting about how Heath Ledger playing the Joker led to his death because he was a method actor and he was apparently acting very like strange during and after.
I've heard that, yeah.
This was something that had interested me for a while. So I did like a deep dive, and he was like either filming or had finished filming a totally other project by the time he died. Mm-hmm. And he had a couple of conversations with people before he died. And it seems like he mixed up medication. One of the last conversations he had was with his dad about how he just couldn't get to sleep. And he just kept saying like, I just need to sleep. I need to sleep. And he took some sleeping pills, but I guess he was on something else. But beyond that, the comment I made was far more organized than this. But I found a bunch of his castmates who talked about him on set. They said he was always in a really happy mood. He would actually be in the Joker costume and like skate around the studio. And one guy, it was actually Michael Jai White, who's a martial artist. And he's one of the henchmen who gets killed by the Joker.
Oh.
He was saying that one day he was there in like full makeup for them to act with. And he asked one of the directors or camera guys, when are Heath's scenes? And they were like, oh, he doesn't have any scenes today. And Michael Jai White was like, well, that's incredible. Like, he was like, look, as someone who has had to be in like full makeup for movies, his words were, hell no, I wouldn't do that for my castmates. You have to be on that chair for hours to get the full makeup done. But he was like just always such a professional and so happy and good to everyone.
Yeah.
He would pick our brains and we were like these low level roles. So he's like, no, he's like, I hate that theory. He was nothing but great on that set.
Yeah.
I got way off track.
No, it's fair. Yeah, I agree. People online just kind of say stuff. I don't really know if gazpacho is raw. I'm pretty sure it is.
You can Google it right now. Settle the debate forever.
Yeah, let's Google.
Google and AI knows everything.
No. Done.
Boom.
Win.
Checkmate.
It's like one of my favorite soups.
What is gazpacho?
The way that I make it is not blended. I prefer it chunky. Traditionally, I believe it is blended, but you cut up a shit ton of just, what are they called? Vegetable. This is going really well, Danny.
Like one of 3 things you can eat.
Yeah. So how I make it is I take tomato juice,
Okay.
like V8 or some shit, but I don't use V8. I use a different one.
Wait, I thought V8 was like a juice blend, not tomato.
I don't know. It's a tomato juice in a jug. I pour it all out and then I chop up cucumbers, bell pepper, tomato, onion, whatever I have really, and just dump it in there and then let it soak in the flavors overnight and then eat it.
So it's like overnight oats.
Yeah, it's freaking bomb on a nice warm day, eating like a cold soup that's so refreshing. But you have to go into it with an open mind because so many people are like, ew, cold soup.
I don't actually like soups much in general. The closest thing to a soup I'll eat is a stew. And I've been making more stews.
Yeah.
Because you get to have like a big pot of something and you're like, oh, here's some chicken broth and vegetables and potatoes and some steak. And then you're just like, cool. And now I have stew for a week. And you can freeze stew.
Yeah.
You can like freeze it in
like
bags.
reheats really well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I'm like, yeah, stew is great for being lazy is the wrong word, but it helps with like meal prep.
Yeah. So it's very good. I highly recommend it. I think you would like it. And it's very healthy.
I do like healthy.
Anyways, that's gazpacho. And I think this just proves that I was right. So great way to end the episode.
Yeah. All right. Thank you all for listening. Follow us on Instagram. Leave a comment on things being like, you guys should do more of this, less of this. You want to hear about certain women.
Or message us. I get all the messages.
Yeah.
Even though I don't ever post on Instagram.
Yeah. We'll get there eventually. Maybe. I don't know.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Social media is hard.
It is.
All right. Thank you.
Bye all. Happy New Year.